Hello everyone, it's F. Gardner. I talk about a lot of controversial conspiracy theories and other controversial topics and stuff. There's one particular topic that YouTube doesn't even allow people to say the word of what it is. This video is going up on both YouTube and Rumble. And Rumble allows free speech. But YouTube, not only do they censor and not allow free speech, but they'll ban people for even mentioning what this word is, and I think that's horribly wrong. What I'm talking about is something that happens sometimes when people are dealing with anxiety and depression issues. A little under 3 years ago, I lost my sister to this. She died. And because of YouTube's policies, I can't even say that word for what that was. Like I said, it's what happens sometimes to people with serious anxiety and depression issues. I think you can guess what I'm talking about. And that's how my sister died. And I think it's horrible that YouTube doesn't allow people to talk about this because it prevents people from reaching out. YouTube is one of the biggest websites there is, and people use it often as like an outlet, a way to talk about what's on their minds. And it makes me think that if YouTube allowed people to talk about this, they could get comments like people telling them to never give up, to always give themselves one more day. Yeah, to seek help, to talk to their friends, family, loved ones. They could get advice, and they can talk about what's on their mind, and maybe that will help them just to be able to talk and make YouTube videos about if they're dealing with those type of thoughts, stress, and anxiety, depression, and just talking about things helps sometimes. And YouTube, by not allowing this, they're depriving people of that, and to me, that's despicable that they don't even allow people to talk about this, even say the name of the word. The most evil thing I could think of is preventing people from getting help. And that's what's going on here. It's the most evil form of censorship I can think of. There are a number of ways people seek help about this thing, people that are having those thoughts, like various like phone numbers, hotlines exist that they can call, or they see their therapist or talk to their friends, family, loved ones, stuff like that. And talking about this on YouTube, like if someone has an anxiety or depression problem, it seems like if that were allowed to talk about this subject, if they're having those thoughts, that could help them. And YouTube removes that option. That's unbelievably cruel, just to be blunt, flat out evil. That like I said before, it's the most evil form of censorship I could think of that exists. YouTube should allow it. They should allow people to talk about this. I'm talking about it now. This subject in the context of how I lost someone who I loved, and I talk about like things that are censored, like various topics, and this topic is so censored you can't even say the word of what it is. F. Gardner's message here is, just never give up. Always give yourself, one more day, and to get help. And I've never talked about this publicly before. It's been about 3 years now since I lost my sister, and I used to think, maybe I'll just never talk about this publicly. Maybe I'll stay silent. But why stay silent? If talking about this even helps just one person, it'll have been worthwhile. And so this is the most serious and personal video I've ever done, because I feel very strongly, after having lost a loved one, my sister, to this. It makes me think YouTube should allow people to talk about this, because if they just flat out ban people for even saying the word, that just makes it more taboo. It discourages people, makes people afraid to talk about this. People that might have reached out for help, and YouTube's taking that away from them. I think it's honestly, by YouTube not allowing this, it's costing lives. Who knows how many people that could utilize YouTube's platform to reach out for help. Well, again, never give up. If anybody ever has those types of thoughts, always seek help and talk to those who love you, your friends and family. And I guess that's all for now. Take care, everybody. Bye.